I got my first TU12 build for you, and man, I'm loving this new exotic shotgun. Are you ready? Let's go! What up YouTube? Welcome to another Division 2 video. Thanks for clicking my content, really appreciate you watching it. If you like my content and want to help the channel out, don't forget to smash that like button. And today, my first build of TU12. And it is a freaking monster. The new shotgun, the Scorpio, is savage. This gun can be used on a few builds, but because it's a shotgun, we of course needs to be close. And that's why I made the choice to go for the Scorpio's Fury. We are running around applying a few different status effects to every enemy we hit, taking them out with the status effect over time, or of course just double tap them in their face and they will be gone. The combo from the gear and the gun give the power to play around with your enemy and or confuse the rest. With this setup you will be running around and make every difficulty a living hell for your opponents. But guys, enough of gameplay, let's see what I cooked up. And this is the Scorpio's Fury, guys. As you can see, I combined the new exotic shotgun with the Hunter's Fury, the Memento backpack, some Intimidate and of course Badger Tough to boost that outgoing damage from my shotgun. Let's start with specialization. I chose for the firewall specialization because I love this shield. The shield will protect you of course and will give you some extra damage. If we go over to the shield, as you can see, the damage per enemy is 11%. So if there are, for example, 5 people in front of my shield, I will get a 55% boost for my weapon damage. Then I went for, of course, the 2 shotguns. Why the 2 shotguns? Because it's primarily a shotgun build. Secondary is the mob. Just using this because this is exactly the same shotgun as the Scorpio, only the Scorpio is of course the exotic version of this, and I got preservation on this. And why? Because this could maybe help me out if I'm in trouble, getting some extra armor over time, and especially if I do a headshot I will get 20% extra over time, or it will repair 20% of my armor. And then the handgun isn't that special, it's just a TDR card. I'm not using it, you need to equip a handgun, so that's it. And then over to, of course, the Scorpio. And this is some addition, guys, this is crazy. My gun hitting for a total damage of 1 million, an RPM of 130, a mag of 7. I got some core attributes and the attributes could be a little bit higher, but it's decent enough. 13.2% shotgun, 11% damage to armor and 8% critical hit damage. But it's all about the talent of course guys. Septic Shock. Shooting a target applies a stack of venom, which lasts for 10 seconds. Increasing stacks adds a more severe debuff to the target. If you hit him once, you will poison him. If you hit him 3 times, he will be disoriented. If you hit him 6 times, he will be shocked. 7 times, the target takes an additional 20% extra damage from all sources. And then, of course, the stacks no longer increase. So this is a very, very nice addition to the game. You can run around on the toughest content out there. Run around a rogue agent and tap him a few times with the Scorpio. He doesn't stand a chance. And the duration of the status effect is based on the percentage of the pellets hit on an applying shot. But yeah guys, that's pretty much what this gun does, and it's so freaking OP. You can just run around, tap everybody, they will be poisoned, they will be disoriented, or they will be shocked. And if it's a very, very big guy, you will get that extra 20% incoming damage. And this is a lot, guys. Named enemies do not stand a chance. I shredded through that heroic like you saw in the gameplay. But let's head over to the setup of the build. Of course, I went for the Hunter's Fury. Why the Hunter's Fury? I'm getting some shotgun damage, I'm getting armor on kill, I'm getting 100% health on kill, and then in my opinion, one of the best talents to use as the gear set, the Apex Predator, and especially if you want to be close and running around with a shotgun and or SMG. Enemies within 15 meters receive a debuff, amplifying weapon damage against them by 20%. Killing a debuffed enemy with your weapon disorient other enemies within 5 meters and amplifies weapon damage by 5% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. So if we are running around and just shooting those enemies with this gun, we're getting another disorient, because a lot of enemy groups are always standing next to each other. It isn't that hard to one tap or even two tap one of the enemies. They are close to each other and they are all disorient, not even from your gun, but just from the Apex Predator. And that's why, in my opinion, this is one of the best combos to go for. I went for some weapon damage on here and I'm trying to max out that critical hit chance to, of course, do as much damage as we can. For the rest, I did the same, only rolled some armor over this Hunter Fury, I went for some critical hit damage, and the rest is critical hit damage and weapon damage for the Hunter's Fury then, of course. I would love to see some higher on this one, not maxed out, only 13.9% weapon damage, but I'm collecting the stuff to boost it in my optimization station, but maybe waiting a little bit because it's so freaking expensive. But let's talk about that in another video, shall we? Over to the Badger Tough. Why Badger Tough? Because it gives me an extra 10% shotgun damage. Almost god rolled fast over here. 166k armor, only 4k away from the cap. I got some critical hit chance rolled on there. Some weapon handling, I found it with some weapon handling, would love to see some critical hit damage on there, but the weapon handling is decent enough as well. Then of course the 6% critical hit chance as a mod, and Intimidate. Of course we want Intimidate, we are running around, we want some bonus armor from the Memento backpack, you will get an extra 35% multiplicative damage, the amplified damage on an enemy, and this does a lot, and especially for a gun that puts out 1 million damage. And then of course our last piece, the Memento backpack. Why the Memento backpack? Because in my opinion this is just one of the best in slot backpacks for a lot of builds, giving us weapon damage, giving us armor, giving us skill tier. Of course went for some critical hit chance to boost that up to that 60% or getting close to that 60%, but we are doing it for the kill confirmed, of course, and this talent just gives us so much power and survivability. Extra weapon damage, extra bonus armor to proc or Intimidate, some extra skill efficiency to keep our shield alive a little longer or make it a little stronger, and for every trophy that we can collect we gain an extra 1% weapon damage, 1% skill efficiency and 0.1% armor regeneration for 300 seconds or 5 minutes, and the max stack is 30. So this will boost up this build so much, guys. This is a lot of fun to play with, just running around and disabling enemies. Yes, because that Scorpio will take out everything in your path. Just tap them a few times, the enemies don't know what to do, they are shocked, they are disoriented, they have some poison on there, they will not survive the battle with you. And then let's head over to the stats real quick. I got 1 million weapon damage, 230k PvP damage, 50% critical hit chance and 88.5% critical hit damage. Over to the offensive, almost 70% all weapon damage bonus combined with that 53.2% shotgun damage bonus, giving us around that 120% weapon damage. And then this is without the Memento being procced, giving us another 30% weapon damage at max stack, boosting this build up to 150% weapon damage. And then, of course, if we are close, getting some extra armor, that Intimidate will kick in, amplifying this damage with 35%. And man, this shreds. Not only for the status effect, so the enemy don't know what to do, but this puts out a lot of damage as well. Over to the defensive, 1.3 million armor, or almost 1.3 million armor, 255k armor on kill, and then of course a little health on kill, but that isn't working for us in the game. And yeah guys, that's pretty much my build, my first build of TU12, my Scorpio's Fury. But I would love to know what you think about this build. Would you run this build, or would you do something different? I got a few versions of this build. I will bring it to you in the near future as well, but there are a lot more things to be pushed out, and of course I would love to show you my new build with the new exotic AR, the capacitor. But for today, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to smash that like button and hit that subscribers button, and of course the notification bell. PurePrime out!